Hi, my name's Kelly, and I came from the U.S. I had started researching different medical tourism companies because I knew I needed to get my left hip fixed. I thought I had just a labral tear. It turns out I had a lot more. So I finally decided on coming to India because it was the most affordable, and also the doctor was well versed in joint issues, which is what I was having. So all I needed to do was buy a plane ticket and show up, and Lyfboat really supported me with the whole entire process. The first day I arrived, they took me to several apartments and hotels to look at to figure out what I felt comfortable with, and then arranged negotiating the prices and taking me there, and all my trips to the hospital they organized. When I would get to the hospital, I'd have to take a bunch of tests and go to this doctor and that department and this department. I didn't need to think about anything. Literally, they handled everything. In the beginning, it was mostly Nikki helping me, which he was very helpful. Loved working with him. And then also Sumi and Dr. Serbi were available anytime I had a question or needed some assistance with anything. Jaspel was also very helpful. Manish. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the names wrong. They are Indian. Who else worked with me? There was one other person that picked me up from the airport and drove. Oh, it was Manish. That was Manish. Everyone was extremely professional, welcoming, inviting. I felt extremely cared for. I don't know that even if I was in my own country, if I would have had this much good care. Obviously, I was limited in the physical activity I could do after my surgery. So the team was more than helpful to help me with anything. In fact, if they found out that I did things on my own, I got a little scolding and was told to reach out for help, which I was really appreciative of because I really didn't want to do all that stuff on my own. It was really difficult. Dr. Subhash was extremely knowledgeable. He was the only doctor in the Delhi area that used the NAV3 technology, which makes the joint replacement very precise. I even held up my old x-ray and compared it to my new x-ray, and the joint that I got replaced, it lines up exactly the same as my old. So I feel very confident about his capabilities. I was really nervous about coming to India because of just the sheer amount of population, and also hearing everything that the media has to say about how unsafe it is here for women, and also just knowing that there's like a lot of disparity between social classes, like between really wealthy and really poor, which I think causes a lot of crime out of desperation. But I felt very safe here. In fact, I felt like I was treated like royalty or a celebrity. And I feel like it helped me heal faster just to receive all of that positive, loving energy from everybody. I feel like I healed even faster. I also didn't feel pressure to take a lot of unnecessary medication from the doctors. I know with Western medicine, they are slap happy on the really heavy painkillers. And I don't believe I was given any narcotic painkillers, which was nice because Americans are really wanting to shove those narcotic painkillers down your throat. So here, I did have some painkillers, but they weren't the kind that make me itch everywhere. I didn't feel like a druggie. And I knew I didn't want to take a lot of painkillers. They wreak havoc on my body. And I also wanted to know where the pain is, where my limitations are. And I never felt pressure from anyone to put something in my body that I didn't want to put into my body. And I think that also helped me heal faster, not being on all these medications and loopy and not being able to fully participate in my physical therapy. Speaking of physical therapy, I had an awesome physical therapist. Ms. Preeti was absolutely fantastic. Every day she challenged me more and more beyond, beyond what I thought my physical capabilities were. And I believe it helped me a lot because I can walk at times without a cane. Like towards the end of the day, I'm a little sore. But even the doctor's office, Lyfboat, my physical therapist, they're all shocked at how fast I've been recovering. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks, and if you look at me, you couldn't tell I had a surgery. The one thing I would say is the nursing staff. I felt like I did have to be a little bit more vigilant about the type of care that I needed. Ice packs, I was kind of loopy the first day or two after surgery, and I wasn't given ice once I finally came to. Not that I was passed out, but just felt like I had my senses about me. I had to keep on the nursing staff to give me ice for my surgical site to help with the swelling, and I had to remind them often to use gloves. So there is some room for improvement there, but at the same time, the nicest and most accommodating staff ever. Like I felt like everybody was rushing to help me all the time. Like if I dropped something, there were 3 people trying to pick it up. If I was trying to get myself out of bed, they didn't even want to let me get myself out of bed. They wanted to help me. I mean, everywhere the red carpet was rolled out to me, from the hotel to Lyfboat to the hospital to walking down the street and trying to get my taxi to stop for me. So really positive experience. It's not as scary as I thought it was going to be at all. In fact, maybe one of the best experiences.